one of the things that I really want to make sure that I share with all of you today, and one of the things that I want to do, is we have to understand this, that how many of you know that your existing marketplace has changed over the past 5 years? Raise your hands, okay? And so how many of you also know that people are now in an environment where they're being asked to do more with less? Raise your hands.
No.
How many of you over the past 5 years have experienced some pushback from your donors and so forth, especially when it comes to resources? Raise your hands. Okay? And so what it means is that right now the marketplace is changing. And so what happens is if you continue to do the same thing that you've always done, what it means is there's a possibility you may be at a disadvantage. And so what it means is, what do we have to do? How do we position ourselves so that we can break through the noise? How do we position ourselves, especially in today's world, where you have all this technology, social media, and people are being solicited all the time. So many things are coming up on their screen. So many things are coming through their cell phones. And so they're being solicited for their funds, for their resources, and for their time. And so the question is, how do you break through the noise? What's going to allow you to penetrate through that? What's going to allow you to not just continue to be looking at reports and seeing the numbers dwindle down, but how do you reposition yourself? How do you make your organization, and maybe it's been established for 5, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, how are you going to bring a new, fresh perspective? How are you going to connect? And I would venture to say that the way that you're going to do that is by coming up and being very intentional with sharing very strategic stories. That's going to be the shortest distance between you and your donors. That is going to be the shortest distance between you and whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish. Because one of the things that we have sort of really gotten caught up in the system is, whenever we have an opportunity to talk and present, we tend to lead with the facts and statistics. And see, there's no human element to that. And so what's happening is we've been doing this for quite some time because it's what we've been conditioned to do. And so I'm not saying that facts and statistics aren't important. Realize I am a former CPA, all right? So you guys know I do enjoy numbers. I can give you a killer spreadsheet that'll give you a headache, all right? So I really, truly enjoy that. But there's no human element to that. And so yes, it is important that we share the data. Yes, it is important that we share the statistics. However, in order to open up the minds of the individuals that we're trying to persuade and move to action, in order to be able to touch them, that first we have to count on the human element. And the shortest distance between two individuals is a story, a strategic story, a well-told story. And one of the things that I witness a lot of times when I have the opportunity to sit down with coaching students, whether they are executives, whether they are in sales, or whatever it is that they do, when we're behind closed doors and we're on a one-on-one setting, and I ask them, well, how did you get started, whatever it is that you're doing? I hear the most amazing stories. And then I ask them, well, how often do you share that during your presentation? And guess what they say? I don't ever really share that. And so why is that? And so what has happened is a lot of times the reason why they don't share is because they're afraid of being vulnerable, because there is some vulnerability in their story. The reason why they don't share it is a lot of times when we're in a leadership capacity, you have to be wearing the mask, you have to look polished, you have to look good. And so what we forget about it though, is that the real way to make a commitment, to be able to make a true connection with people, is to have a level of vulnerability. Is to actually be transparent.